Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new here. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know it's been quite a long time since I uploaded a video. I moved from Japan to Sweden in the end of December, and it's just taken me a long time to adjust and even like get my camera equipment and everything like that. So I don't know, I'm back and I have a lot of updates I want to share with you guys, but of course keeping it stationery and planning related. I thought it'd be best to come back with a mid-year planner lineup, or mid-year planner updates basically. I started out 2025 with 12 planners, notebooks, and journals. But for this video, I thought it'd be best to focus on the 4 that I'm most consistently using, which are these 4. So this is my Hobonichi Weeks, my Traveler's Notebook here in the passport size, and my field notes here. I may show the other 8 at the end of the video, but I don't know how long and chatty this video will be, so I'll start with these first since it's kind of like my main lineup. I have my planner here, journal, this is my cafe journal, and then this is my like everyday notebook basically. Both me and my partner use, so I will like flip through a little bit as well and just get back into it and just share with you guys some of the updates and how it's going for me. Okay, so first I'm going to start with my field notes here. I really fell down the rabbit hole of field notes last year in 2024, like the pocket notebook size. I think it's really fun to collect the different like editions, and this is one of them. This is in the birch bark edition, and this little ginkgo leaf had fallen near my house when we had moved, so I keep it as a kind of memory of our home in Japan that I miss dearly. But anyways, this little notebook has surprised me the most out of everything in my lineup. I didn't realize how much I would need it basically. Me and my partner, actually both, this is his messy sketches, but me and my partner both have kind of used this notebook as kind of like a notepad basically for anything we need, like meal planning. He uses it when he needs to take like building notes or measurements and things like that. He draws and sketches things out, while I use it a little bit more like a shopping list and like a to-do list and things like that. But I didn't realize that when we moved, how much I needed just extra paper. When like in Japan, I have so much stationery that if I ever need to write something down, I have notebooks, I have memo pads, I have sticky notes, everything around me. But since moving, you know, I only have like my Hobonichi items, like my stationery items, and usually I'll put everything in my weeks here in my planner, but I'm quite picky about what I put in my notes pages. Like I just don't write anything, and I wouldn't let my partner really draw or sketch some idea he has in my Hobonichi week. So just having this space to be a little bit messy and just take any type of notes or anything. Like I don't have to think about it, I don't have to make it pretty, I don't have to, like, I really don't care if my partner writes or draws or, you know, again takes measurements and stuff in it. You know, it's just for messy notes. And yeah, it's just been something I've definitely needed this year. And yeah, no, only good things about it. We don't use this every day, but again, I think maybe also because of the white cover, like the white design of it, it really stands out. So like if I'm ever looking for it, I'm like, oh, there it is. You know, it kind of stands out to me. So again, it's just been really nice for me and my partner to have a shared note writing space, because I think he also struggles as well with like, oh, I need a pen, I need to write down the phone number, and I'm like, looking around, and then of course my field notes is usually just lying around on some table, and he can write things down when he needs to. And yeah, no, it's been great. Next I have my cafe journal here. I've shown it on my channel before. This is in the passport size with the kurashiki customization from TSL, or the Superior Labor, and I really love cafe journaling, and I actually found myself using this journal a lot less than I have in Japan. Sweden has a very big like cafe culture, I think, like I would say as well. You know, there's a lot of like cafes and bakeries and places to go and sit outside, especially in the summer now. But I actually find myself journaling a lot less in here than I have in Japan. And I think that's because I socialize more when I'm in Sweden and I'm in a cafe. Like in Japan, I usually like to kind of walk around and then I stop at a cafe to take a break and to spend some time kind of reflecting on my day. But when I go to town, because I don't live in the city, like the main downtown city, I find myself when I go to city, I'm very like goal oriented. I gotta do this, I gotta meet up with this and eat this and buy this and everything like that. So when I sit down in a cafe, it's usually like I'm with somebody, and it's more of a social thing than it is like a cafe journaling type of situation, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't feel like if my friend is sitting across me, like, let me take out my cafe journal and some stickers and let me just write about the atmosphere and how I'm feeling. You know, like, I'd rather just be more present. So, the setup is the same, basically, as I had it in Japan. I have a single notebook in here, and then I journal about my, my day, basically, or what I'm expecting to do, or how it's been. Yeah, very similar to how I've been doing it for, I don't know how long I've been having a cafe journal, but yeah, no, it's just been used a lot less than I expected, but still I would consider it kind of consistently a part of my lineup. I do bring it out even though I don't journal in it every time I go to a cafe, but I still have it with me just in case if inspiration strikes. And yeah, no, yes, nothing much else to say. It's been going well, but just, I guess, different in a way, like just not the same. But it's still nice to have things that, like habits that I had in Japan, bringing over to Sweden, that remind me of like kind of bridge the gap, I guess, between both lives. And this is one of those that really kind of reminds me of Japan so strongly. And I think I try to replicate a lot of what I did in Japan in Sweden, even though I know it's not as like it's not possible. It's not never going to be the same. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I'm going on a little tangent, but this is my cafe journal, and yeah, it's going good so far. Okay, so next I have my 2 weeks here. If you had seen my unboxing video last year, you know that these were my picks from the 2025 lineup from Hobonichi. This is the Mega Sneaker Weeks in the color Rich Purple, and then this is the Weeks in the Through the Purple Night design. This is my planner, and this is my journal. My planner first, I think, hasn't really changed super much, minus the fact that I'm now tracking health. In the back here, a small life update. When we moved in December and starting this year, 2025, me and my cat both have some health issues that we both need to kind of take note of or just track, basically. And we're both doing fine. We're both doing great, and my cat has improved dramatically since how I saw him in December, which was very devastating. But he's doing so much better. He's like back to his normal self. But when I actually got this Weeks in September, I thought it was gonna be kind of a waste because the Mega has so many extra pages in the back, and last year I had a Mega and I was like, well, I don't need a Mega, but I picked it because of the purple match, so I was like, I want to get this one just because it matches. But actually it's been super duper helpful having the extra note pages because I've made these trackers for me and my cat. So every month I set up a 30 to 31 day tracker for me and my cat, and I take notes of when he gets medication, when I take my medication, his weight, and all this kind of information that I need in here. And I've been doing it since January. This is what it would look like for me because I'm tracking what I'm eating as well as when I'm taking different medications at what meal, basically. So I highlight it. I use like a kind of like a color coding method. Instead of making a separate tracker for medicine, I just tack it onto something I already want to write down, which is what I'm eating. So this is what it looks like for my side, and then this is what it looks like for my cat's information. For my cat especially, I don't take this information, I don't put this information directly into my Weeks here. I actually have a separate A5 piece of paper with like just graph lines, and I take the information on that, like on the fridge, and then at the end of the month I transfer these numbers over. I was thinking when I was making this video, like, how long am I gonna keep this up, because for my cat especially, his health has improved so dramatically that I don't know if I need to have these kind of like documented trackers in my weeks, because when I started I had no idea, but now he's doing so much better. I feel like I may stop this kind of health tracking for my cat after June, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll still track like his, like when he gets his medication and stuff on the fridge, but to have it here as a kind of like permanent note or reference, I'm not entirely sure it's what I plan to do. So we'll see at the end of the year how it goes, but at least until mid-June now, this is 6 months worth of health tracking here for both me and my cat. I use stickers to decorate it. And yeah, it's been going really well. In the notes pages as well, I still track my movies and TV shows that I watch here in the back, but because I decided that I needed to have this kind of tracker by January, I decided to note all the movies and TV shows from back to front. So this is like the first movie we watched, and then I've been going backwards, so hopefully we'll meet somewhere in the middle, but I'm definitely not going to watch or read or fill in all these pages, of course, but you know, just I thought it'd be easier instead of having my media tracking and my health tracking intermingled, basically. I thought I would just keep it separate, and even though it's a bit weird to go backwards maybe, it's definitely been working for me. And yeah, I've been using a lot of pages. I mean this is still like unused. This is like the majority of my unused notes pages, so maybe I still don't need a mega, but it's just reassuring to have, especially if new things need to be tracked here in the back. But yeah, no, besides that, my planner has been going well. There are some weeks where I really just don't check in with it. I have to like catch up on the weather. I have to look up like past weathers, but this is kind of how my setup looks weekly. Very simple. I put stickers on like either the week after or a few months after. Basically I'll just decorate it all at once, so usually it's not as busy, but I usually stamp like here like the weather ahead of time, like the month ahead, and then I fill it out during the week, and then to-do list, workout, or whatever on the right side here. So yeah, not like super many changes, but I think the health part of my notes section has been the biggest adjustment. And yeah, I just wanted to show you how I'm doing. This is for my cat, and yeah, this is what mine looks like as well. So yeah. Okay, and then lastly, I have my journal here. I wanted to also mention that this is my 5th year using the Hobonichi Weeks as a planner and a journal separately, so it's been quite a consistent part of my planning system and my journaling system, and it's just been so nice to have, at least for me. Like, I don't see myself leaving this, you know, to notebook or to Techo system in 2026 by any means. And I even think that it will survive because of how also this year is going. I will show you here. This is basically how my journaling spreads are looking now. Like, this is the past, I don't know, 2-3 months. I usually journal on the left side and decorate the right side, or if I if I feel creative, I will put stickers on, and then I will write on both sides, do Monday through Thursday and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday here. I don't know, I kind of switch it up before, and usually my journal gets, I think, at least double thickness, filled with photos and papers and things like that. But in 2025, I didn't have a lot of my stationery items. Basically what I brought on the plane is the deco that I have, and I, unlike my partner, am not a great artist to draw my weekly something on the side here. So again, it hasn't been the most creative looking spreads. It hasn't been to me something like inspiring to share on like YouTube or Instagram or anything like that. I mean, it's just so simple and bare compared to the last 4 years of using it as a journal. But it's been okay. It's at first it was hard to adjust actually, so I would stick like even maybe earlier I would stick like a sticker that I had, or like some like sticker sheets I had, or like washi tape that I would cut out, and I would stick it here just to kind of give it some sense of something. But I just stopped altogether and have it like this. I noticed that one of the biggest negatives to having it so simple, even though it's been the easiest for me, is that when I open my journal, usually I can see my like writing on one side, and then I have a lot of like since I'm creative on the right side, I usually can immediately know what that week's highlight was. It could be like traveling, it could be art exhibition, it could have been just, I don't know, going to a cafe or buying something. I will stick it on the right side here. So I would open it up like, oh yeah, this week in May, I like went and saw this exhibition and it's here, and I like know immediately what it is. But unfortunately, because of the way that I'm currently journaling, these kind of weeks blend together, unfortunately, so I don't really know at a glance what the kind of highlight was for this week in April, for example. And I kind of miss that aspect of my journaling style, or my journaling, yeah, I guess style would be the word. But again, it's okay, and I'm happy I'm still keeping up with at least the journaling side of it, because you know, I really tend to forget what I do. Even like I even fall behind for several days, and I ask my partner like, what do we do Monday? Okay, and I write it down something. So you know, it's a little bit even a struggle to keep up this at times, but it's still like going good. I missed a few days, or actually left the day blank, which I rarely do, but I really don't think I did anything that day. I don't know. So it's just been a different like learning or adjustment, I guess, in my journaling style. And I haven't really put anything in the back either. I kind of stick little stickers from different places if there is. But I think also Sweden is not so paper heavy. Like if we go places, you know, usually I can take something home and put it in my journal. But there isn't so much as well. But again, I'm also shopping less, and I'm also doing less. I'm not going to events or like exhibitions, which I really, really love. And there's not very many stamps here. I like to get stamps. It's just different. But anyways, yeah, this is my journal. Again, not a drastic change, but I think visually you can kind of see how much of a leap, or how much I've taken a step back from my previous like creative journaling to this kind of very, very basic. But again, I'm proud at least that I've kept up with the journaling aspect of it. So when I do get like all my stationery stuff unboxed, I will have, you know, I'll be able to be more creative. But at the moment, you know, this will have to do, I guess. So yeah, so that's my journal. And yeah, these are the 4 that I say I'm most consistently using. I will briefly go over the last 8, but I won't like go into why they, well, I don't know, maybe I will, but yeah, I'll show you the 8 that I started the year off with. My Hobonichi Weeks here, it's again, these 8 aren't like Techos that I've like stopped using per se. For like this one, for example, this is like my like I don't know what I called it, engagement anniversary Techo that me and my partner have. We got engaged last year and married in October, and every year on our anniversary I want us to write something of like our highlights of the year basically, and maybe put in a photo or 2 of like the best moment, and we'll have this little journal together of just me and him writing like how our like marriage is going. I don't know, not how it's going, but like just something to look back on. And yeah, I shown this in my unboxing, and it's still in my lineup technically, but I'm only gonna really open this around October, so still in my lineup but not used every day or by any means. Next, I have my plotter here. I think I've shown it on my channel before, but I haven't used it in my lineup as kind of a major part of it, basically. I thought I was going to use my plotter as a kind of project management notebook. I have inserts here, like I bought monthly inserts because I thought I wanted to record, especially the building of our house in here, and then also because it's rings, I could keep it for past the year. So, oh man, I'm like messing up my words, but like for my Hobonichi Weeks, it's a bound book, and I can't really add pages to it. I thought with the ring system, I can just keep adding like monthly pages, so I'll have like the full overview of the build of our house. But it hasn't worked for me, unfortunately. Again, I bought all these inserts from Plotter, and I really like the Plotter system. Don't get me wrong, that's like, I really want to use this. This is in the narrow size, but I think what I initially saved this for, which was, again, house building, I underestimated how much everything would be digital. Like, the blueprints are digital, our meetings are all online, the applications are all online, and I'm not going to print them out and put it in here because, again, I don't have any of my stationery items. Like, I don't have my printer out, I don't have I just don't have like my items with me, like, to make this more efficient basically for my needs. So I just dropped out of it, I think early in January. I think it was quite obvious that it didn't work, so I'm a bit unfortunate, but I still have it, but not necessarily it's gonna be for house building, unfortunately. So I had to figure out another use for it, but I still love it. Okay, so here I think I just put them all on screen. Actually, this is from Stalogy. It is an A5 Slim Monthly. This was released actually in December of last year, and I kind of impulsively bought it before leaving because it was a new product. And there's nothing really special about the inside here. It's just a monthly calendar, but I really like Stalogy notebooks, even though I don't use them, but I like the paper and I like the aesthetic of the brand. So when they released this new item, I thought, oh, it would be also good to support like any new thing that's coming out, you know, so to continue it for next year, since it was a late release for 2024, like in December. So I don't know how many people picked this one up, but I thought, well, I'll just support, so I will buy this one. And actually in December when I was moving, it was super helpful for keeping track of the kind of move deadlines and appointments and things like that we had, and yeah, it just eventually fell off. One, I have less things to do than I did in December when I was just busy, but also it's just, I don't know, it's been a little bit of extra thing to have that I just haven't really reached for, so I just wanted to show it on my channel in case you see it for this year, 2025. It's, again, there's a lot of like brands that have a monthly calendar like this, but I don't know, it's just nice to have something dedicated for it, and it's very slim. It's been fun to try out, but unfortunately not something that I'm still in mid-June of this year. Here is my Moleskine museum Techo. I have yet to go to a museum since my move to Sweden. I still love this notebook, this journal. Hopefully, me and my partner will be able to travel a little bit more when we, you know, get in kind of a rhythm of this year. He's currently working full-time, and it's just been, just a big adjustment. So we haven't really planned any museum or exhibitions, and we want to go see. So unfortunately, no love for this journal for 2025 so far, but again, it's still part of my lineup in the sense that this is what I would gravitate to if I went to a museum, but I can't really say it's part of my lineup as well since I haven't been to a museum nor used this. So something that I still have and I still brought with me from Japan in case I would go to a museum, but yeah, just not yet, but still lovely and still very much a hobby that I have to go to museums and like art exhibitions and stuff like that. Next I have this little mini 6. I don't know there's another name for it. It's quite a common size in Japan. They call it the Mini 6 or the M6. And I think it's because there's 6 rings, because the M5 has 5 rings. And I really discovered the Mini 6 size quite late, regrettably, in 2024, because it was so much fun to put this together and use it. I love like finding little things to put in here. These are all like little freebies I get when I purchase stationery items. Sometimes they give you like memo paper and loose things and stuff like that. And these are all just a collection of what I've received in the mail, like when I buy stationery. And it's just super, super fun. It's super cute. I actually just take dot grid paper and I use them in my stamps as well. So this is one example, and it like really makes the paper exciting, and it gives me another reason to use my stamps, because I love stamps, but I'd never have a good reason to use them. So this is like a very useful way. It's like getting a blank piece of paper and then stamping it. It really like makes it, I don't know, makes it more unique and fun. And this is what it looks like sideways. I haven't used this so much in 2025. I thought about including it as like the main, like in the main part of the video, but I really haven't used it enough to really consider it as part of my lineup. But I did use it for notes, and I think I initially, if you asked me this in September of last year, I would have said this will be my spending tracker, because I bought all these little inserts from different brands where I would list my purchases here, and then there's also other inserts that I bought to test out, like memo and daily pages, and I don't know, just again, it's a very fun size. There's so many inserts on sale in Japan, and I maybe abroad, I just don't know what it is outside of Japan. But yeah, Mini 6, is that a thing outside of Japan? I think they have this size, but I don't know if it has a different name, basically. But anyways, I really enjoy this little notebook, and then yeah, just any like decorative pages and things I put in the back here. And yeah, no, it's really, really fun. I wish I used this more. I do find myself like flipping through it, because it reminds me again a lot of Japan and all these things I had picked up along the way. Hopefully I will make some stationery friends here in Sweden, or again, just get more involved in the stationery community here. But as of now, this is kind of just a little, like, I don't want to say time capsule, or a little like snapshot of Japan for me, but it's just something I find really, really cute, and just so much fun to have, but not something I reach for every day or by any week, like every week by any means. So yeah, this is the Mini 6. Love it. You can buy really expensive like leather covers for the Mini 6 size, but I went with this really affordable plastic cover. And what I like about it though is you can stick like paper on the front and back, and I think it's really fun. I'd rather be able to decorate the front and back than have a nice leather cover, but I also really love a lot of the leather covers as well, but they're just so expensive. So this one is like really affordable. I think it's like only 500 yen for this plastic one, and it's it comes with a few inserts. Oh man, I don't know what it came with. Maybe it didn't come with any inserts actually, but you can definitely buy tons of inserts, especially in Japan. So I love this little Techo I have here. But yeah. Next here, I will go with this one here. It's a Key Note notebook from the company LABCLIP. It's kind of like a planner notebook in the sense that in the beginning I would write a calendar and then take notes pages in the back. I initially would have included this in my 2025 lineup because I had plans to study this year, or at least for like the first spring semester of 2025, but I decided to drop the course and haven't really looked into starting one for the fall either. So this would technically have been part of my main lineup, and I would have used it weekly for sure because I would have classes weekly, but now it's just kind of sitting to the side. I had brought it again, like I said, with the hopes of using it, but unfortunately not not continuing studying, so I have to find some other use for it, or just whenever I start studying again I'll pick it up, because I initially selected this notebook because there's so many notebooks in Japan. Why this one out of all the types of notebooks in Japan? What I really liked about this one is the kind of side here is perforated. So my initial plan was doing like every semester I would just make tabs of like this is like quarter like spring semester 2025 here, and then I would tear off the tab so I would be able to it will be able to go down. I don't know, I'm so bad at describing it, but I would just be able to make tabs from the paper, like the perforated side here, for each semester or each term of my studying, and then keep going basically. So I really like that design element. It's a little detail, so maybe not convincing enough to buy this notebook, but at the time I really liked it, and I really like the size especially for myself. Not something too small, but not something too big and hefty either to carry. This I think is considered a B6, I'm sorry, B6 size if I'm not mistaken. No, it's actually, I'm sorry, this is an A5 Slim actually, now that I remember what it was. So yeah, I have this one here, and then lastly I'm going to show you these two. I haven't used them yet, but I think something fun if you happen to be in Japan or you're familiar with the Laconic brand here. These came out as well at the end of December. Again, another impulse purchase like the Stalogy one. Yeah, released in December like I said, and this is part of a series, so I got cooking and green. I think the interesting ones that I remember seeing was haiku and onsen. I think there's a total of 6 in the series, or released basically at the time, but this one is cooking, so basically on the inside there's just a kind of a structured cooking notebook basically, and this one is for gardening. I haven't written or used these yet, but these are both things I really wanted to do in 2025, like kind of focus on, or at least start the idea of getting more into cooking and more into gardening. And I picked these kind of impulsively because one, I want to start a new hobby, but also for myself, since I don't cook so often. My partner loves to cook, so I let him do that. No complaints there, but I thought for new recipes in Sweden it'd be nice to have a notebook for it. And I'm someone who, if I'm going to start something new, it's good for me at least to have a bit of structure, especially for gardening, for example. I want to get into gardening, but I really wouldn't know what to take note of, basically. So having this pre-set up notebook has it's already giving me ideas of what things I need to take note of. So this shows planning, layout, observation, work log, and anything, fertilizer I put in, and when to cultivate it. So things that I probably wouldn't have thought about, but I would have space for it basically in this notebook. And I think once I get into a groove of getting into gardening, starting out with something super simple, I'll know what I need out of this notebook. But sometimes I need a little bit of help even getting to this point, what do I need to think about before getting into it. So yeah, just something really fun. If you do see these, I hope they continue. It's a really fun little notebook. I usually have been kind of steering away from kind of dedicated notebooks for different things. I might go in 2026 just my Hobonichi Weeks, or maybe the A6 size, and put everything in there. Having in the past, I have had dedicated notebooks for different things like habit tracking, and that hasn't worked for me. So I was a bit worried that maybe it's not good to have a dedicated notebook for cooking and for gardening and have them in just different places. But I thought maybe it would be good just to kind of get my inspiration going. So I don't know if that's making sense. I don't know. It's been so hard to film since this long break, and I find myself finding difficult to find the words that I want to say and express what I want to say. But yeah, these are everything of my planner lineup, my planner updates. A lot of updates, and yeah, no, everything is going well, even though, things have changed. Adjusting to life in Sweden has been very, very interesting. It's now summertime, or at least it's the days are sunny and bright and it's like wonderful to be out. So it's just a big shift, I think. I think I came in December when it was rainy and dark all the time. It really made the transition quite drastic. And I don't live in the city. Like, I moved from Osaka, which is like a major metropolitan center, to you know, a very quiet neighborhood in Sweden, away from the city. So yeah, it's just been a change, and I'm letting myself adjust. So anyways, yeah, these are my planners, notebooks, and journals for 2025. And yeah, I hope everyone else's lineups are going well so far. Maybe you guys can relate to kind of falling off certain things and adjusting for this year as well. So anyways, thank you if you made it this far, all the way to the end. I'm so happy to be back, and I hope you guys are all doing well and staying healthy and having a good summer. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!